Buddy, it's Adam again. We are up at the lake and it's really smooth here today, so we're going to do a comparison between an R&D top loader intake grate and the stock intake grate on the JS550. Come along for the ride. So we don't have anything else done on the drive side of the jet ski. I do have a longer ride plate on there. We're going to leave that alone as we do this. But basically, let's talk about this intake grate a little bit here. So this is the R&D top loader, and effectively that fin in the middle directs water up towards the top part of the impeller, and then the back part here directs water towards the bottom part where you typically get the water going in. So there's the stock intake grate underneath there. Basically just sucks the water up and pulls it through the impeller, but there's nothing directing the water up towards the top side of the impeller itself, and really doesn't give you any sort of downforce to hold the jet ski down like that R&D intake grate does. So the stock intake grate, I feel like, lets me jump a little bit better when we get some waves, and then this one helps it stick a little bit more. But we'll do a speed comparison today and see how really straight line speed compares between the two intake grates. We're just going to do some straight line stuff here, get a top speed captured, and we'll go ahead and swap in the other grate and give that R&D grate a shot out here. Let's go ahead and swap on that other intake grate. Yeah! This will be the fastest intake grate swap you've ever seen, Rachel. Where's my tools? Right, putting on the intake grate is a real simple thing to do. 10mm bolts, these three. Drop that down. You don't have to drop the ride plate on the JS550, so this will be a quick swap. All right, while we got this off here, let me show you something real quick. So there's the impeller up in there. From what I know, it's the stock impeller, and we'll be swapping that out at some point, maybe this summer, we'll see. But we got the stock impeller on there. We got the longer ride plate, comes out a little bit further in the back here, helps with getting my 1/8 of a ton frame across the water. But sealing and everything else pretty good up underneath here. We're going to go ahead and slap on the R&D ride plate now. So there is a shorter bolt, at least for me. We're going to put that one on the back. At least just get her started there, because there's a slot on the back there that'll allow you to adjust it fore and aft depending on where these holes line up front here. All right, let's go for a test drive. some subjective comments. You know, it felt like the R&D hooked up pretty good off the line. We'll see how the data compares. But yeah, I got more porpoising out of that than I expected. And probably about the same as what we had with the stock intake Grate. On the way back in, seems like it sucked in a little bit better, stuck to the water a little bit better. And we'll take a look at the data and see how the speed compares. But yeah, it feels like it hooked up way better off the line with that top loader in there. Verdict is in. I'm going to keep the top loader intake Grate on there. Seems like it hooks up better and got a 1 mile an hour higher top speed, which is king out on the lake. I am a little disappointed though. I could have sworn that the jet ski was like 90 miles an hour before this, but it only reached 38. So I guess we'll deal with that. But hey, as for the stock one, we're going to go ahead and just toss that one aside now. And we're going to keep that intake Grate on here. Another good news is we got a good baseline now for when I do the impeller swap on it. And we'll see how that impeller with the Solus impeller does later this summer, next summer. I don't know, whenever I get around to it. Thanks for watching.